Hello everyone, thanks very much for tuning in to see how I got on after 26 weeks of the speed project. I set out to do this for 6 months and report it every week to keep myself accountable, and I'm happy that I've followed through more or less with what I said I was going to do. I've enjoyed having this weekly time in the studio to hit balls. It's been really fun to see the improvement, to learn a wee bit more about the idiosyncrasies of distance, and it's definitely been fun and something that's helped my ability to teach. So I'm definitely going to continue to work on this moving forward. Whether or not I get a chance to do the weekly videos, I'm not sure. Things in work have just changed a little bit. I've got my business to the level that I can teach from Monday to Friday and take Saturday and Sunday off, which is unheard of as a golf instructor. But it just means that my training schedule's had to change a little bit. So I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen today. I've been really encouraged last week, obviously, by some big numbers and some personal bests. I have trained this week, didn't get out yesterday. I've had a crazy day teaching so far. I've literally just had my lunch. I feel a wee bit round, so I don't know how fast I'm going to be, but I'll get out there and I'll give it a go. Wow, that's a good one. And proper. No cheating with the 284 this week. Jesus. Get up, you little fucking beauty. 307. What was last week? 308. Oh, fuck. That was good. 284 carry. Pumped it. Ball speed was up as well. I'm going to follow up with a metal. Come on, jump, bad boy. Oh, well done. Measly 277, what a wanker. 104, running out of steam. Right folks, let's have a look at the numbers. We'll start with club speed. Ultimately wasn't as fast today, which was disappointing. Don't really know what to put that down to really, apart from we've had that week on week it's not always been the fastest. So my average was 104.4, which was slower than last week. My fastest 106.1, which was also just a bit slower than last week, so that's a bit of a disappointing start to report. I think from where we were 6 months ago, where I literally couldn't hit the middle of the face at all, it's pleasing to see how much more centred the strikes are generally, you know, all within half a centimetre of the middle of the face, and ultimately that's why the ball's gone flat, going further. Obviously throughout this process I've figured out through research and stuff, the more you get that angle of attack up, and the more you can keep your spin down, really the ball's going to travel faster through the air and ultimately go a bit further. Where I need to look at moving forward is this toe up business. This is why a lot of them, when I don't hit it well, they do go very left. So I need to speak to somebody about that and figure out what to do. But again, what you find with a lot of good players obviously is that they manage the face to path relationship pretty consistently, so they always tend to have the same type of spin on the ball. So you can see here all little draws through the air, which is great. And today actually, whilst I didn't swing it as fast, it's good to report that on average there were only 12 yards left of target. That means that my worst offline was 23 yards, which realistically, when I'm trying to swing it pretty much as hard as I can, that's pretty good going. New PBs today, ball speed 154.3, which is great. When I started, my best ball speed was 145, so that's almost 10 miles an hour there, and I'm sure on average that's way up. So let's get down to brass tacks here. Average carry today, same as last week, 278, with the best, the same as last week, 284. I absolutely pumped that one. Let's just have a wee look at that one. Unsurprisingly, that was, let's just have a wee look there, it was the fastest of all the swings. It was right out the middle. Launched at 17 degrees, backspin at 1700. I think that was an advertising campaign that TaylorMade did previously, actually, was the 1717 connection, so I'll need to look at that. But yeah, 284, that's really bonkers. I didn't think it would ever get up that much. All right, cool. So on average, 303 yards, which is just fantastic, and every single ball over 300 yards, and most of them pretty straight. So can't really complain there. And less of those kind of really knuckleball ones. Yeah, that 17-17 is a good thing for me. It seems that sort of numbers, if the spin gets a bit low, I don't know how functional that is outside, but yeah, that was a good one there as well. 300 yards, good numbers really. So all good. Right guys, so a wee bit of a mixed bag there I suppose. Disappointed to swing it slow this week. Really don't know what to put that down to. So it's just one of those things I suppose. But great, unbelievable really to see the average carry up so high again. That's made me happy, and the best carry there at 284 as well. And it felt like a proper one last week. As I mentioned, it was a bit knuckleball. That was actually a proper kind of proper flight and spin, which is good. Average total 303 yards, which is great, and first time all 10 balls in the session were over 300, more or less the same with the best total. And nice to see a wee bit of ball speed increase there as well. Honestly, it's bonkers to think that these boys can hit it over 200. I don't even know what that would sound like or feel like, but certainly improved quite a lot since we began. 9.3 miles per hour. Pretty happy with that. 268 up to 312 for the best is a bit of a jump as well. Average total distance 41 yards further than what it was when I started, which is great. I never really thought I would maybe get as much as that. And the average carry distance there is well, it's amazing to think that the ball's going that far for me when I hit it now. Again, obviously I'm in here trying to swing these as hard as I can. I don't think I'll be doing that on the golf course, but I mean, if I can be getting anything up to 265, 270 carry on the golf course with my kind of gamer swing, I'll be very, very happy. So that's the kind of end of the project that I set out to do. It's been a lot of fun sticking to the plan and trying my best with my training. I've got a lot of work to do in that regard to keep getting stronger and fitter and just make it part of my life. It's not just something that can stop, otherwise we'll be back here before we know it. So I've really got to pull my finger out and keep up to date with my training and try to improve my nutrition and that sort of thing, and not get kind of KO'd by the weekend as many times as that seems to keep happening. But it's only me that can be in control of that. So look, I think I'm going to keep doing these videos every so often, because I've really appreciated the people who have taken the time to write in and show a bit of interest in it. I really appreciate how that's helped me stay accountable throughout this process. There is the Facebook group, the Speed Project, so please feel free to add yourself into that. I'll be posting stuff in there, every now and again if I get any breakthroughs or any kind of key learnings. Because ultimately hitting the ball further is the way that the game's going. You only need to look on Instagram these days to see how much of it is down to, or about, sorry, like the speed sticks and so on. Everybody is doing it. So yeah, I'm glad that I started it, and hopefully getting out to play on the golf course soon. It's tricky in Singapore at the moment because of COVID and so on. Obviously it's the same in the UK at the moment, but hopefully we'll see some tangible improvements to the game by having more short clubs in our hands, getting to the green quicker on the par fives. So anyway, look, I'm rambling a wee bit now. Thanks very much for the interest that you've shown, really appreciate it, and I'll see you when I see you. Cheers.